Circassia. Welcome back to Tom Plays EU4 for absolute beginners. We're back with the Ottomans. We're basically just gearing up to finish putting down a rebellion and to declare war on Crimea. Or possibly Circassia. Okay, we attack Crimea, Kazan joins in. We attack Circassia, no one joins in. Wow, I wonder which one we should do. Now then. Put that down, actually we don't need to put that down. So we do have the option of coming up here, or bring my navy up. Can we get military access from Genoa? We can! Genoa is actually up for giving us military access. Not sure why we can't get back to our own country. So the nice thing is we actually have a couple of vassals right next door now, so they will most definitely join in. We should be aware of your upcoming uprisings. Yes, of course, I've taken Theodora. That was pretty much inevitable. Aim tab down here. Now you see, I think I can manage it fairly well. With just the one army on this one. Although it could end up being a bit of a pain if these guys circle round, which they may do. I suppose Poland's giving them access then. Yep, they're definitely circling round. This might be the time to use this army, to be fair. Doesn't have a general. Well, apparently getting a general is an option. So maybe I'll actually consider using them in combat. Even though we only slightly outnumber the enemy. Especially if I'm in a fort, they can guard us fairly well. See how it goes anyway. In the meantime, we'll attack Crimea first because our actual war is with Circassia. Wallachia has declared war on Moldavia, who I assumed was a vassal of Poland. But no, apparently not. Isn't that interesting? Have we got superbly drilled army? This is unfortunate. Military technology costs. Actually, I can cope with that. 10 years, I can cope with that. We've got national ideas. I don't think that's actually going to hurt us. From a gameplay point, from like a role-playing point of view, I think we might have been better off shaking up the establishment, but never mind. I don't think Cyprus is actually going to do anything useful. Got here. Astrakhan. What's Karakumlu doing up here? Bavaria. Oh well, not a bad thing. Let's speed things up a little. So we do at some point, in fact probably straight after this, especially if we're a little overboard on taking land, we're probably going to want to turn our attention to Europe again. So why don't we start building a spy network in Venice again? Still hoping that at some point we'll have the Iberian wedding, Castile will probably take control, and I'm hoping that Venice's alliance with Bergen and Naples will go south. We'll see. Right, we have some Orthodox zealots. Wasn't expecting them to come first. But that's fine. Just to keep on with the siege in Crimea. Oh, I see. They've actually circled around the other way now. So they're going to be attacking our vassals, which is unfortunate. But I can't do much about it at the moment. Not easily. Really need to put that rebellion down. I'm also wondering whether there's any chance we could vassalise Moldavia. No diplomats, military alliance, decent relationship. I think there's a chance. There really is a chance. So, oh boy. Coming thick and fast. At least we don't have to go too far for this one. Right, where are our diplomats? We're spying on Venice, that much I do know. Spy network in Crimea. Right, well that isn't very useful anymore. So let's take them out. And improving our relationship with Avaria, also not very useful. Could really do with working on Cyprus. But let's work on these guys first. Okay, so they don't currently want an alliance with us because we're at war. Fair enough, let's just start by improving relations. That's often a good way to begin. So I'm not totally sure we're going to be able to pull this off. Invest in a new idea, bookkeeping. Less interest per year. Okay, we're not actually that far ahead in administrative technology anymore though, so I might prefer to just keep on with the technology for now. Seeing as I don't believe we have any other penalties. No, no institutions technology penalty. I'm sure we're about to have the next one fire any second. I think colonisation or something. Grief. I'd very much like to know why Kazan has now joined in. They certainly weren't supposed to be joining in. Okay then, change of plan I suppose. I need to go to war with Kazan. If I can actually hold those rebels off. With a bit of work. Okay, let's have a look. So, Orthodox Zealots still making inroads. Right, 29th of March, and then we can bring this army back and start fighting Kazan. Who I am not at all happy with. But on the other hand, I'm also not particularly scared of. Especially since there's a fair chance we'll be able to get Crimea to accept peace before you know it. Let's see. I'm almost more worried about the Orthodox Zealots. But not completely. Through. So better off taking this land back first. Because this army still has the better general. Ooh. Okay. Wasn't expecting that to happen yet. Still, win or lose, we might get the 2-star general back and we can give him to the other army. Well, it actually looks like we're going to win. As for numbers, just completely do us in before that can happen. Okay, not so good. It happens. It's a shame, but it happens. What have we got? Spread of extreme practices. Several new forms of mysticism. Brand of Sufi dervishes. Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, legalism. Sorry guys. I really want to encourage this at the moment. Now then, where do we go next? I think we should be trying to follow these guys, because it looks to me they're intending to attack us. Does also have the slight advantage that we can put down those rebels while we're at it. He says happily, as yet another bunch of rebels appears. Really am going to have to do something about all these rebels. You guys just stay in the castle for now, and we can have the remaining general. Yes, Armenian separatists. Here we go. What do you know? They've suddenly remembered that they have an urgent appointment somewhere else. At least that's reassuring. Let's go around this way. And we have won! Time to be horrible and vindictive and chase them. Looks like Moldavia is doing well. Right, so if we head down here, take down these separatists. Well, we're kind of in the neighbourhood. I'll do the same with these. Maybe... could we actually do? No, I don't think so. Alright, then negotiate for our entire alliance. Oh well, forget that then. Sorry, it's not happening. Right, okay, in that case I'm going to go take Circassia. What's next? Right. Okay, that's brilliant. So you can go over and reclaim Yanya, because there should be no one left to fight you once you get there. The castle should automatically reclaim to Halle. Yep, there we go. That's good. The Armenian separatists are now in Karakiunlu, so they can actually do something useful for a change and put them down. And I will focus on this siege. Unless I think these guys are stopping long enough. And failing that, I suppose I could start attacking Kazan. There's another option. Ooh. Okay. Well, if that's how you want it. I think you might regret going there. These guys are actually my vassals. Still, I am half inclined to attack Kazan directly. Just to maybe teach them a lesson. Plus maybe they can give me some money. Help me pay for my extreme expenses. As I do appear to be losing money at the moment. Not much, but I am losing a little. Finish trying to improve relations with Moldavia. Fair enough. I have a feeling that our attempts to vassalize aren't going to be that good. Okay, so let's work this out. We've got maximum improved relations, so we are looking at an extra 10, an extra 40, 50, 174 guarantee, 184. 184, so close though. But yeah, it just doesn't look like it's going to work. Such a shame. Never mind. Technology, always nice. How about... I don't actually have any allies. So my other option would be to take some territory from them, I suppose. To actually attack. Or possibly if we help them in the war, would they like us better? We could try it. Maybe try proclaiming a guarantee for them. Might do better if they were still at war and we weren't at war anymore. It's always possible that they might... Grief. Oh, I see, it's a combined army. Well, that was surprisingly good for Kazan. For Crimea. Okay, I don't know if this is the capital. Probably you'd think it would be, seeing as it's actually called Kazan. Apologies if I'm pronouncing that wrong. See, the separatists are well into Karakoyunlu land, so hopefully they will deal with them. And what's our next move going to be? Go back into Constantinople. Do we have any more rebellions about to fire? Theodora. Well, fair enough. I don't know if they're going to be able to win that siege, but worth a try, I guess. Karakoyunlu finally taking someone down for me. Is appreciated, even if it wasn't intentional. I'm hoping with the fort we can relatively easily win this one. I think I might as well speed up actually, because both of my armies are going to be busy. Some in particularists, I didn't see that coming. Nobody expects the Ottoman particularists. Unbelievable. So apparently I could actually bring Bohemia into this. And I really appreciate that they're actually willing to join in, but I really need to save them for Venice. Unfortunately, so how about instead I will go over and take down... Well actually, no, they're Ottoman particularists, aren't they? They're not going to wander into Karakoyunlu. So... take this into the Sea of Azov. More military stuff. I need to watch this, I'm going to be falling behind on technology, yeah. Better not do another national idea for military for a bit, but at least it will make my armies cheaper. Much cheaper. So that's something. Really hoping that I can get somewhere with that siege. I imagine by the time I finish dealing with these guys, they'll have launched another attack on the homelands, but we'll see. It's actually taking longer than I was intending. It looks like Wallachia have managed to completely crush Moldavia. So, fair enough. I was pretty much only going to attack them anyway, so given I've got 2 diplomats, how about I start improving relations with Cyprus with a view to annexing them, since it doesn't look like I'll be vassalising anyone else anytime soon. So it might be a good time to do some annexing, I think. Excellent. Right, you head over to Crimea, as they're trying to save themselves again. Won the siege of Kazan. I am very pleased about that. This also belongs to Kazan, so I'm going to go and siege that as well. Although, to be honest, I'm half wondering if I should just see if I can get rid of them. They will cede some things to Astrakhan. Are Astrakhan my vassals? I think Astrakhan are my vassals. Okay. Okay, I don't mind making my vassal more powerful. I can live with that. That should rob Crimea of most of their military power, because Kazan was by far the bigger nation. It also means that our vassal Astrakhan is now a free province nation, which is great. So hopefully we can finish the job. I should probably go for sieging Circassia's capital, because I might need to separate piece them, I'm not sure. Or I might just need to annex everything in one go. Yeah, I don't think so. You can forget about that. Slightly upset that the Astrakhani separatists are considered enemies, although I don't suppose it's unreasonable. I suppose they'd be just as keen to separate from us as they would be from Kazan. We'll see. I'm just thinking, much as I would like to help with the siege, I could do with taking the rest of the enemy lands so that they can't keep sending troops at me. So we've got them entirely under control. Yes, I'm sure they have. This will be able to put them down. It's actually kind of cool how differently these games can go. You know, it's relatively rare that I find myself fighting Crimea as the Ottomans. You often end up taking them relatively peacefully, or someone else takes them before you even get there. Wallachia have finally embraced the Renaissance. Good for them. See, unfortunately I now have another little army wandering around. It's not much of a threat, it's just potentially a nuisance, and once again Venice have discovered our spy network. We're really struggling to fabricate a decent number of claims on these guys. Right, let's take Ragusa. In fact, this time I'm not even going to pull my spy out. Just leave them there. And once it's all recovered, they can get back to spying, and they've lost their alliance with Aragon. Aha! Apparently the Iberian wedding has fired, but for some reason I either didn't get an alert or failed to notice it. So I really need to finish this wall very quickly, because I'm basically going to have to go right over there and attack Venice. This is going to be my best chance to attack them. So I may as well pull my spy out. I think, depending on DLCs, don't know if it applies without them, you can gain some advantages for having an active spy in your enemy territory while fighting a war. Right, so I can't sue them for peace. So ideally, in a perfect world, I'd like to annex everything. I can do that. It's a little risky, but I can do that. Right, so straight over, no rest for the wicked. We need to head straight for Venice. The problem is, I'm no longer a valid vassal. What's this? Cost of trade embargoes. That's fine. It's fine, happy to revoke the embargo. But my question is, if we do declare war, will Bohemia join in? And also, are we powerful enough to take Venice down? They now have a military level of 8. Ours is only 7. That's going to make this potentially extremely risky. Okay, I'm going to go at Yanya. Cover all these provinces. Bohemia is willing to join in. I think we should go ahead. Not totally happy with it. I'm worried that mind throughout the nation, reputation reach further than bows. Right, I've already got 821 prestige, so I think stability would be more useful at the moment. Want to fight them. Until... okay, I'm just seriously hoping that my reinforcements get there before I get trashed. Although at the moment I'm actually doing slightly better. But that then just happened in the battle against the rebel separatists, didn't it? And it still went horribly wrong. So, and another thing I haven't done is brought my ships home. With this being Venice, I really must very quickly. In fact, forget it, let's just go straight to there. Right, I actually did win that one, which is brilliant. So hopefully my ships will land before anyone can kill them. Bohemia's attacking as well, which is brilliant. Thank you, Bohemia. Best allies ever. Right, so it looks like that army is extremely badly damaged. Discovered an agent. Okay. But at the same time, it is in a position to at least take a bit of land. Also got to remember that I'm only really out to get these 3 provinces this time, so I don't necessarily need to completely trash them. Just looking to weaken Venice a little, strengthen ourselves a little, and hopefully get close to fulfilling some of our missions, which are... what have we got? Serbia. Conquer Serbia. Right. Some of that's likely to be Hungary at this stage, who will probably be our next target. Really hoping Bohemia's going to win this, and it's not looking good. Come on, Bohemia, you can do it. Okay, local defensiveness has improved, which is good. They have a bunch of ships out. I've got some vassals making their way over, so that's something. It's one drat. Really hoping. Oh. Never mind. I'll just leave them. Hoping my vassals can mop them up. Maybe. Let's see. Moving on to Ragasa. Hopefully I haven't lost my siege time, because I've always had an army there. We are on 0%, so hopefully we'll start making progress. Ask for a contribution from the Merchants Guild. I'm tempted to raise additional levies to try and restore my armies a little. I think I might. It's a little risky because of course we then get a lower recovery speed and it costs us more money to have the army while they're rebellious. But at the same time we're not desperately low on money, and it should mean that, well, it does mean we've gained some manpower back, so hopefully our armies will start to recover. I see this one is now 6.9. In fact, they're probably strong enough now to start attacking the Venetians down there. So if I send them back, these guys can focus on the siege. We've apparently lost a siege somewhere. Not sure. Oh, it was probably somewhere that had been taken. Bohemia, maybe? Yeah. Not ideal. Apparently some separatists have crossed our borders. Oh, I forgot about the knights. Completely forgot about them. Finished coring some places. Right. So if we can win this battle, take our land back. Hopefully we might actually have enough war score together to get Venice to just make peace. Oh, what am I doing? Yes, that's fine, that's good. Oh, I see. It's hopefully Genoa's problem rather than mine. We shall see. And, right, sorry, another state, another opportunity to spend some administrative points. Never mind. Okay, so how is this siege going? -14. And it actually does look like Bohemia has the upper hand, but on the other hand, Bohemia themselves are being attacked. So maybe I should just see if I can... okay, Venice not remotely interested in peace, apparently. Fair enough, I suppose. That threw me slightly. I really thought there'd be more up to it than that, but never mind. Not a problem. I will go and fight the knights, and I suppose focus on this siege. Just hope Bohemia can do okay in terms of fighting back. I mean, it looks like they're sieging a castle, so it's not all one way, not by any means. I think we did have... do we have a Venetian? Yes, we did. So I could do with attacking them. Might wait until they're on a castle to do so. Might wait until I finish this siege to do so as well. Fairly sure I can beat them. Slightly alarmed by these separatists. Oh, they don't seem to be really going for me particularly, so hopefully it's fine. Hopefully it is fine. Archeon wants a royal marriage. I have no objections to that. Looks like we managed to take the knights down. Not sure where they think they're going. See, I don't actually know how much of Venice we need to take to fulfill our missions. Obviously, the more we take, the better. But I think realistically, unless they've completely failed to get any allies again by the next time I start considering Europe, I might go for Hungary next. Okay, let's have a look. What have we got? Purification of tax laws. We ensure the realm's laws operate in accordance with the sacred Sharia. Yes, absolutely. Crimean separatists. I just found it amazing how the separatists are somehow able to raise a larger army than their entire country was able to raise. I suppose the idea is that it's regular people. You don't half seem to get some incredibly powerful separatist armies. Okay, now would be a great time for this siege to finish. No. Oh, wonderful. More separatists. So while my country goes to rack and ruin, I'll just keep sitting outside this castle, shall I? Yes, I'm sure they have. I will be right over there, should I ever get a chance. I see the knights are also vindictive. Oh well, at least it broke the siege. Thank you. Okay. So, we can now start taking some more land back. Not sure if I need... Oh, they're finally ready to make peace. They're only willing to give us one province, but they're at least willing to make peace. So, progress. Really upsetting, I have to say. Okay, I'm going to hope I can actually win this. If I can't, I'm in trouble and I might need to peace out very quickly and just accept their offer. Although the fact they're running away is perhaps a good sign. This does look good. could I just follow them? No, it's a bit vindictive, but I'm wondering if it's a good idea. Maybe not. Maybe that's a bit unnecessary. I'd much rather get this over with. And they have claims on 3 provinces. I'm still hoping that, given a bit of time, maybe a couple more bits of land, they might actually be willing to cede them. Maybe if we just take these 2 even. 15th of February. I want to fight those separatists or not. I don't really want to be fighting Venice's separatists for them. How's this looking? They're willing to give us Zeta and Travunia. Oh, apparently they can't give us Ragasa because we don't currently occupy it, which is fine. I'm going to go and beat up their army again. I really wish I could do something about the knights. No, the knights are perfectly happy. No one can touch them. And I'm definitely not happy because of all the rebels. Any chance you're willing to give me... Oh, they are. Right, let's go for that. Brilliant. Okay. To Crimea. As quickly as our legs will carry us. And I hope my single army is able somehow to defeat that mountain of rebels. Grief. Never mind. Right, cool. Let's start coring. Which is good. Venice can deal with their own darn separatists. Without me having to worry about it. Cyprus can be annexed. And we're going to start improving relations with these guys to see if we can annex them in a bit. We have a costly trade embargo, which is interesting because I apparently only have 1 rival and can only have 1 rival. Have we got too big for Hungary? Don't really mind revoking it. In any case, we're probably going for the Mamluks next, which means I should probably think about building a spy network. Right, so sorry, not a lot of explanation going on there. It was all fairly by the numbers. Fairly standard war. So, I'll tell you what, while I'm thinking about it, one other thing we haven't looked at, which probably isn't a good idea to put this right at the end, but we'll perhaps come back to it again. This screen here, the government screen, one of the useful things you can do with this is you can choose accepted cultures. I don't know if you've already done this at all. We've currently got Turkish, Greek and Bulgarian. It looks like we're allowed to have 2 more. So generally you want the ones that are highest in population, and it makes them less likely to rebel. So it's going to cost us diplomatic power quite a lot, but I'm going to promote Serbian culture, and I'm going to promote... Ooh, interesting. No, fair enough, let's promote Armenian culture, because we will probably eventually have more, and that should make these rebellions less frequent, hopefully, certainly from the Serbian Armenian areas. So as our diplomacy improves, we may be able to accept more of these. So that's one way we can perhaps have a few less revolts, because they are getting a little annoying. I bet my units have suffered casualties. Actually, in theory, we've got a Serbian one coming up. Across the border from Hungary. That is unfortunate. Bosnian separatists, more Bosnian separatists. I'm not sure I have a powerful enough army to fight them right now. I should really lock up. What I could do with doing is finishing putting down the rebellions and... oh, brilliant. Maybe Lithuania will deal with this for me. Huh. Another Circassian revolt! Oh my goodness. Didn't expect that. Yeah, I was sort of thinking if I could put down the rebellions and finish coring the provinces, finishing annexing Cyprus and maybe Circassia, we might... actually that'll help. We might then have a moment of stability where we can check our troops, see how many more we can hire, so we need to get some manpower back first, and hopefully get our army back up to full before we try and take on the Mamluks. Because this is probably going to be the first time we've picked a fight with a country that's at least a similar size to us, at least comparable. I know Kazan wasn't tiny, but they also weren't that invested, and I don't think they're actually that powerful. I think they're probably behind us technologically, as I'm hoping are the Mamluks. What are they? 7? No, we're neck and neck. So that's the other thing we need. Before we attack them, we need to make sure that we go up a military technology slot. Shouldn't be too difficult, although unfortunately all my leaders seem to be rather poor militarily. Never mind, defensive ideas is hopefully going to help a bit, even though it's not complete. I think next time we get one of these, we'll be sufficiently far ahead that we will actually go for the bookkeeping thing, so we can maybe hire mercenaries. We'll claim we were losing Kaffa, Azov and Matriga. So alright, the Genoan lands. Well, much as I'd love to take them, probably isn't the time. I'll just have to fabricate claims again later. Well, we don't seem to have any tremendously huge allies looking at it. Such a shame. Mantua, the Papal State and Savoy. Even so, I mean, we're not tiny. Papal State and Savoy aren't tiny. Probably still not the best move to start attacking them. Now then, might just, given we're not doing any wars, start building a spy network over in the Mamluks. So I think, yeah, we're annexing Cyprus, we're improving Circassia, and we're spying on the Mamluks. That seems good to me. Oh, what am I doing? Hang on. Genoan separatists. Right, let's head down here and take out these Circassian separatists. Still hoping Lithuania might take out those Crimean separatists, but maybe not, since they haven't moved so far. Would really be nice to get the Genoan lands. I suppose if I get really lucky, maybe these guys will actually succeed and they'll become a separate nation. The only problem is I'm feeling they're the same nation that used to be here in Trabzon. So, maybe not. I was thinking if they do become a separate nation, we could try to annex them. Or at the very least, we could attack them. So, something for the future. Mamluks first. Come on, Hungary. Take these separatists out so I don't have to. Thinking about it, how are we doing? We've got room for 3 more naval units. I might just make 3 more light ships for trade, so we don't really have very many. Okay, so we haven't finished putting down the rebellion, but I think we're really going to have to stop there. So it felt like quite a slow-moving war to me. Possibly not as interesting as it could have been, but nonetheless made quite a bit of progress there. We've taken some excellent land up here, even though we still don't have native access to it. We seem to have enough money to carry on requesting access from Karakoyunlu and Genoa. Still hoping the separatists over here might overthrow the Genoan overlords, in which case we might be given the chance of taking on the separatists without having to fight Genoa, since we have no real quarrel with them. But before that happens, I'm going to be looking at the Mamluks and hoping, finally, to draw Karakoyunlu into a war. I'm hoping they can help me take down the Mamluks, well, weaken the Mamluks, and then I might consider abandoning them and making an alliance with the Timurids, so that I can start fighting Karakoyunlu. Might not, to be fair. As long as they're letting me through, it doesn't really matter that they're blocking my access. So maybe I should keep them around while we try and make sure the Mamluks are well and truly defeated. I see they did finish annexing that vassal. Fair enough. But we'll see. That's all going to be for next time. I think we've gone considerably over, I'm afraid. Too distracted by the wars. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.